What is happening, Nerd Nation? Welcome to another episode 9 Funky Yards, aka 9 Nerd Yards. We get down. And also, it's the place where a nerd can be a nerd. We are talking all things Dave related while we're breaking down episode 5. What is this? The Storm. This was a man. I just want to let's introduce the panel because if I don't want to give any sort of I don't want to speak in anybody's minds and be like, oh, swayed anybody. I want everybody to feel how they feel. I have very good, strong feelings about this episode. Let's introduce the panel and kick it right off. You know her. You love her. She's still hunting down the tour bus rat. It's Kirsten.
Hi. I don't know about you, but I like rats when they're in front of me. If they're gonna surprise me at any point, I'm not all that fond of it. So I hope they find this rat soon because
usually rats are
6 states they can't find this rat.
Usually rats surprise. I don't know if they're just kind of casually hanging out around. Yeah, I'm not going to be. I'm not fucking with you if you have one as a pet. To be honest,
right? Yeah, we don't hang out with those people. Yeah, and that's a-okay.
Those people.
Okay, so now
starting to
Anyways, speaking of people that don't have rats for pets, you know him, you love him. He's made his way onto our show plenty of times. From the Drunk Banthas, it's Bill. What's happening, baby?
What's happening? What's happening? I'm all the way out from Joshua Tree today.
Brum.
Hotel or whatever. It's not. It looks like a hotel
Auto tune.
Sorry if my Wi-Fi is bullshit right now, but
he's in the hotel light with the hotel Wi-Fi, getting down at the hotel.
Hotel motel Holiday Inn.
I love it.
I'm not doing mushrooms right now.
All right. That's perfectly fine if you do. I feel like it's appropriate given that Super Mario just came out a few weeks ago. So I feel like that's perfectly acceptable. And
celebration.
You know him. You love him. Sometimes we get confused on its name. Richard?
Richard?
Richard's dead.
Richard's dead. It's Michael, remember?
Oh, no.
How's it going, everybody?
She's confused.
Wow, this was
Richard's
a fucked up
dog's
episode,
name.
huh?
So fucked up.
It did a lot of things. But before we get into it too deep, let's introduce the main man, the firm foundation of this podcast, El Presidente, El Capitan. It's 9. What's happening, baby?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good today. Everybody who's watching, I'm sending you a mind hug right now. I hope you can feel it.
Feels warm.
Is it? Okay. All right. Don't mind me. There it is. Okay, bring it in. Yeah, fun episode. Let's get into it. And who are you though?
I'm Money Blakeweather. Hi, I'm Blake.
I'm Blake.
But I don't want to leave I don't want to leave anybody out. We miss him. Where's producer T? Well, we can only assume he's in a bullet train on his way to Tokyo, but we don't really know.
With lemon and tangerine.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
battling his way off.
Don't drink that water.
Producer Ladybug.
That's right, Bill. You hit the nail on the head. Where in the world is Terry? We may never know, but
lately it seems like it's Japan.
Yeah, lately.
For once, he's in the same spot.
I think I was going to guess 7-Eleven, but I could have been wrong too.
Japanese 7-Eleven every day.
That's his
Bro,
spot.
who else is super jealous of Japanese 7-Elevens?
Me.
Sometimes.
As someone who goes to 7-Eleven quite often here in Chicago, it's not as nice as the one that you're showing off. I can guarantee you that.
Old hot dogs lose their appeal after a little while.
I feel like that's also a dating rule, but let's move on.
I walked right into that.
Let's get right into this episode. Bill, kick us off, man. What did you think about this episode?
Man, this episode was intense. I'm gonna give you my first top things that blew my
top three.
mind. First top three, man. Hold on, I wrote them down here. I got this new hat on my face. My phone don't recognize my face.
Too much drip, and he's got the doubled up cups.
And I got graffitied up. Like I got.
Wow.
Gang,
Partying, son.
I'm basically at a rave right now. Private rave.
Yeah.
One minute.
Top three moments.
That's right.
The Gator tattoo. You know.
The Gator tattoo.
Number two, the Holocaust bit. The Holocaust conversation. Just so happens, last episode they had a Holocaust conversation that they kind of ran in, kind of touched on, and it just went straight through that door this episode. Loved it.
That's right.
Loved it. And then I had a different one. I had Dave is definitely a maniacal narcissist. I had that at first, but my third one, which is my number one, has to be Grandma getting her pussy ate by a dog. I mean,
Grandma did not get run over by a reindeer.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Richard.
Richard. Oh boy, I don't know how we're topping this top three. Jeff.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for that one. All right. So one, the grandma thing, but not the dog going just hardcore down on her. The fact that the next time you see her, she's literally just lying there like,
yeah,
biggest smile.
Yeah, she's happy as
So
hell.
content, you know?
She's way too happy.
Poor dog. Can we call PETA? Poor dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's one. Two, yeah, you don't want to get stuck on that storm. I got stuck out there with the boys at our meeting.
The boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is for sure a clan meeting. Yeah.
I do believe it was actually said, I got stuck out there with the boys at our meeting.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice timing.
I feel you.
As soon
When you see that, I was like, so like we can all agree he's just talking about the clan, right? And then this episode, I was like, yeah, he's definitely talking about the clan.
Right.
As soon as he dropped that, I was just like, we're all worried right now, right? Like we're all scared.
100%.
Yeah, with Gator walking up too.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay.
And then for the last one, it was at the beginning of the episode, and I was just like, what the fuck? And that was just
this scene right here.
Yeah. Oh, I'll wait.
Go ahead.
Okay. The last one is the beginning of the episode when Meg's showing him showing Dave her room. She goes, "That's my best friend. She's crippled, but she's cool."
Yeah. I was like, what?
And Dave's just like, yeah, she sure is crippled.
Like, God damn it.
Crippled.
Uh-oh. Shit.
Oh God.
Not nearly the worst.
Damn it!
of the
This episode, I have to be pretty careful.
Yeah.
A little
Somehow that's not the worst part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It gets worse from there.
Also, play that line that you had queued up. 9, the one with the brother.
Yeah, cue it up then. Hold on.
that one was so.
Okay.
It was just
right
like,
here.
oh,
So perfect.
Caught in the storm. Got stuck out there a few weeks back with the boys at our meeting.
The boys, and then Gator just walks up like, oh! And then I love Mike's follow up for L's. He's tan.
That was one of mine.
Kirsten,
Yeah.
onto you. The tan line.
Go for it.
Yeah, that was actually one of
them.
mine. The
tan?
one of our guys is in another room. He's tan because they'd already seen Black as Hell Gator, and they were already a little wary of that. So then, definitely that creepy, like the jump scares through this episode were insane.
So great. So
like,
great.
It felt like watching a little bit of an A24 film. The creepy music, the tone, the lighting. It was just fucking
the
crazy.
angles, a lot of the visual choices. It's very,
that
it's
weird
very
little
like,
girl.
scary.
God
That was one of my backups.
You mean the demon.
Yeah. But definitely, because I have them written down too. Just like my little subline says, I love that every episode they mention this fucking rat that they can't find, and also that you can't shit on the tour bus. One of the first things he says to Meg about going on tour, you can't shit on the tour bus.
Well, don't do
like
it.
any of us.
Yeah.
Really
Nobody.
on any tour bus.
But I have to say, if I, to pick a third one that nobody's done so far, my favorite thing was the Lil Dicky doll that he said looked like an albino black man. Because it did.
We have so many back and forth on that.
Oh, you got one.
And then she says, "No, it looks like you." That's
Yeah. I'm wrong.
Jesus. Blake, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. This is one of my favorite quotes. Is it Christian music? This is Lil Dicky. He says, "If you count Jewish as Christian," I about died when I heard. Which, why would you, right?
Careful, man. That demon's going to put a curse on you.
Right? There you go.
All right. I felt like there was for sure a Friday reference in here when Gator was doing the cameos, and he's like, "Oh, homie, you got fired on your day off for stealing boxes." There's a Friday There's a Friday reference, like clearly.
But that's not even the best part of that. The best part of that is he still sends it off with like, "Oh, so good, all good, man. Hey, have a great day. Like, doing great. Keep up the good work."
He's so positive. And why wouldn't he be? And then this is more of like a group topic. Episode 5s, they're just Gator episodes, aren't they? They're just Gator episodes from here on out.
Drew.
Season facts.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, for the sake of things going on,
I don't know Drew,
sure
but I love Drew. I don't know him.
We love you.
Lots of love from the Joshua tree over there. But yeah, I mean, episode 5s, right? Notoriously now. It was a Hype Man episode, season 1. Season 2, we had the bar mitzvah with Gator sort of getting his comeuppance by, it was a lot of the B plot was him and gets his comeuppance at the end performing his song. And now we get this major breakthrough, which it didn't feel like it was going to be a Gator episode. And then one of the most touching moments of the episode was Gator's sort of, again, like him being vulnerable, him breaking down. And we can touch on that moment.
Him accepting the spirit. I agree.
Yeah. As we get more in depth, we could talk about that later on. But I think episode 5, just going forward, as long as there's a Dave show, they're just going to be notoriously known as this is a Gator episode.
Which means episode 5s are going to be my favorite every season.
Drew is feeling the mind hugs out here. We're sending out mind hugs to Drew.
9. Give me your top 3, baby boy.
No, there are only 9 on this channel.
They're only 9 hugs. Let's see here. Oh, I really love this moment. It was just so awkward.
What size? Bring the whole box over.
And she doesn't care. She's just like, she gets it.
She gets it.
She just vibes with it, and she's like super comfortable with herself. I really love the character of Meg. Now
she was cute.
We were thinking like how she was just kind of like more clean, innocent type of dancing, but when her dad said that about
what kind of dancing it was, and what was
involved? Plastic rattlesnake head.
This right here was crazy.
Yourself look when you were her age,
The girl filmed herself doing splits over a plastic snake head.
What the fuck does that mean?
I was trying to figure out what that would look like.
What? That's not TikTok anymore, is it?
I'm not a TikTok user for real. Like I have a TikTok. You can follow us on TikTok, Drunk Panthers on everything. But I was frantically looking for this girl's TikTok. Like, is this person really exist? And it just turned it into a skit, like a bit, because it was just very specific. A snakehead? Like what?
Yeah.
Like out there?
Because if I was like her Christian
if it's
parents,
out there, please put it in the comments. Post it.
Yeah,
you would have been
in the comments. Let us know.
one of the 6,000 viewers. Yeah, one of the 6,000 viewers. Yeah. Get to 6,000 views on TikTok. Yeah,
6,000 views.
That's huge in Mississippi.
You know, in Thailand they got snake whiskey. Well, in Mississippi they got snake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just want to say this,
Richard.
I'm so glad that they were shitting. This is shitting in the South, but it was all Mississippi, and I hate Mississippi, so loved it. You understand? So
I live in Austin. Jeff lives in Austin. We live in Texas, but I often feel like people forget Texas is like South. Like it's never really. It's like Texas is Texas, and then like. Everything else is like, well, but you know the rest of it's the South, right? Like you know Oklahoma's the South. You know Oklahoma's the South, but it's like Oklahoma's north of Texas. What's wrong with you people? Like just Texas is its own thing. So anytime people talk about the South, I never really feel too offended. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah, to cooperate what you just said, absolutely. Everybody in Alabama, whenever they talk about Texas, they never consider it the South. They're
South.
They're like, oh, Texas. No, that's Texas. It's just Texas. That's just Texas.
They're like, didn't they used to be Mexico? We're like, we don't talk about that.
This is like my childhood bias that like every time someone mentions Texas, I still think of like cowboys and like cowboy hats and shit. So
I had a kid
the first time I came here.
Yeah.
Austin is very different.
I had a kid I went to high school with. We called him Brooklyn because he was from New York, and he transferred midway through I think it was my 11th grade year. And I was like, Brooklyn, like, how do you like Austin so far? He's a real cool kid. And he's like, bro, I'm be honest with you. Like, I thought everybody owned a horse here and y'all didn't have cars. And I'm like,
you said 11th grade?
I was in 11th grade, bro. This was 2000.
Like a junior? You're a junior in high school.
2005. Yeah, this is 2005,
Damn
bro.
near a grown-ass man. He thought there was nothing but horse.
And I was like, Brooklyn, who told you this? He's like, I don't know, man. I just seen some movies, and I was saying the cowboy movies, and I was like, they were not filmed in the century. Like, I mean, they're filmed in the century, but they're not about. It's not a period piece.
Dude, those were filmed 4 or 5 years ago.
What are we doing?
But you don't have a horse though.
Next question.
I have.
I got horsepower in my car. That's about it.
I have seen people riding horses down the streets here. It's very, very rare.
It happens. Yeah.
But one time during South by, I was working a market, and across the street, I saw 2 guys riding horses next to one dude riding a fucking longhorn.
Whoa.
Wow.
You can ride them?
That seems like a weapon. That's like a battle thing.
He stopped and was letting people pet it, and I was like, bro.
I would not get near
that thing. Gets pissed off even a little bit, you got lawsuits on your hands.
You're right. Yeah.
That thing just decides to go, that kid's gone.
Huh.
Am I the only one here that would like roll up on the longhorn just to pet him? Like,
I think you would. Yes, probably.
Okay.
You'd probably be like, "Oh, it's a mythosaur."
I'd be across the street and talk about how I think you're insane.
9. What else you got?
My last thing here is I really just like the end. I'm sorry if I'm like.
Oh man, it's very good.
I like the she kind of found her action. She's doing snakehead splits again. I was like, oh, she's getting
she
it.
got the little outfit.
Yeah, she's like really getting that shit.
I'm so glad you brought this up though, because this scene, like the scene where he's talking to Meg where Dave is talking to Meg in her room and he's talking to her about dancing, they play that same music that they play at the end.
Yeah,
it's the same score. So they're kind of like foreshadowing that a little bit, like.
Oh, okay.
When he stops doing they fade out the little gap that he's doing.
I did not even recognize that little motif here. Let me see if I can kind of.
Yeah,
That's
90s,
good.
man.
Oh,
Yeah, it is the same music.
Oh.
He's
I
like
don't
so
know.
entranced.
I feel like we didn't hear that percussion piece at the end.
Oh
It's
my
a
god.
beautiful scene.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful scene. Like I love how
It's a
well it
very
was set
like
up.
love yourself. Yeah.
It really was, and it was also like seek your dream.
Yeah,
Oh,
very much
true,
that
they are.
message, right? Yeah.
Well, as a kid, I legit thought everyone in the UK was an old British lady. I also thought they didn't get their accents until they were adult.
Like you can't graduate high school till you
Right,
master the
right.
accent.
So you master the
Yeah.
accent. Like, but you got to pick one
Potter.
too. You've got to pick like a refined one, like you pronounce everything, or you've got to pick like a real cottony one, like, oh, hey, what you doing?
And you
Like,
gotta be
pick-
rhyming
you
everything
gotta
with
pick-
the word.
You've got to pick a character.
cocaine. Did I pass?
It's a real spot of bother.
You've ascended.
I love
Nine is now an
Michael
old British lady.
Caine. No one
Aw.
speaks up about Michael Caine. I love Michael Caine.
Are you saying Michael Caine or my cocaine?
Yes.
I don't know.
I love Michael Caine as well. I don't
All
do
of the
that.
above.
All right, so should we just run through this whole? There's a lot. Like this is kind of one of the
Cool.
first ones where we
Yeah.
all went through our three, and I feel like there's still like so
Oh,
much.
So-
I
to go
alone
through.
still have so many notes.
You can't see that shit. It's just
That's just horrible.
there we go. Damn, you got notes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This episode had so much going on. And there were
really
things I had to
did.
skip.
Mhm.
Who's not? Someone's
Oh,
knocking.
shit.
If that
Okay.
hotel's
Storm.
a rocking, don't come
Police.
a knocking.
Uh-oh.
Did someone forget to put all the branches away?
You bring your dog with
Ooh.
you?
Maybe his dog brought
What?
him.
He's
What
getting snatched
happened?
up.
Who stole him?
Oh my god.
Are we witnessing are we being punked? Are we punked?
Have you guys seen Missing or Searching?
We're about to watch it
There's
now.
like-
with,
yeah.
I know he's back. You made
Is
it.
that- Bill, is everything
Well,
okay?
We got Brittany in there. The test is oral, and you gotta say bottle of water. I could say aluminium. Aluminium.
That was a loud knock. I'm sorry. I told
That
you
was a
I'm
loud
wait.
knock. Are you? Are you
I
okay?
just found out a year ago that they actually spell aluminum with the extra I in there. I thought they were just saying it's stupid.
Aluminum.
Yeah.
They spell it stupid too.
They
And
spell
they-
favorite.
I know all the
different.
British fans.
Blew my mind.
No, you know what? I don't care what race you are. Idris Elba blew everybody's mind if you watch The Wire. He just
Oh yeah, yeah. He fucking.
Yeah.
I've been watching The Wire. I was gonna do reaction videos for The Wire, like just me watching them and reacting to it.
And it's a whole bunch
And
of
I
him
look
going like,
back and
oh,
I
he
was just
talks like
like-
that? Oh my god.
Is that Heimdall?
Oh my god.
Right, like Heimdall is his like most natural voice that we've seen him.
All right. Well, I think we could either go sort of, I don't know, light beat for beat, or we could just sort of go all over. We're going to go with this episode because there's just a lot of pieces and we still might miss stuff.
Yeah, either way.
I'll say this. This is my favorite episode of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, same.
And I said
Oh,
that
really?
last week, and then I said that the week
I was
before.
going to say, didn't you say that 3 weeks
Maybe
in
it
a
was
row?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every episode just sort of getting better, though.
It
I
keeps
think.
topping itself.
In comparison, especially with the first season, the second season, after the first 5, I was like, oh, like episode 5 was really my favorite in season 1, but like because of all the good moments. But I don't remember the starting of a strong 5 episods in the
You know
last
what's-
2 seasons.
This
You know
is
what's
such
weird?
a
I
good
don't-
start.
I
like-
don't think
Yeah.
I noticed
Can't even
that
say a
she
start.
was there.
Oh, at the
No,
beginning of the episode,
yeah,
that she was like the first one
when
in
it
line.
zoomed out
Oh,
and
yeah.
said Mississippi. I don't think I paid like enough attention that she
You
was
need to
the
pay
only, like
more
she was
attention.
there that early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
she was
Oh my
all the
God.
way in
I
the
didn't notice
front,
that.
ready to go.
Till the second time, to your point. I didn't notice that till the second time I watched it.
Yeah, I somehow thought like she was like a like help like merch or something helping.
yeah,
I didn't put one and two together. I was like,
Old
oh,
school.
okay, she's here.
right, yeah. It gave me flashbacks though to South by when my one of the friends I was there with, John, said, "Hey, meet me on the corner of 800 and Congress or 800 Congress or some shit like that down by the Paramount. They have some sort of giveaway for John Wick 4. We get there, the giveaway's done. They had run out of the shit. So we then had like 6 hours to sit there because everybody started lining up. There were already like 10 fucking people in line. So he's like, we have to get in line now. We're not going to get a seat. Like, for 6 hours? I sat there.
At least when you get in line that early for Franklin's, you're drinking the entire time.
Right.
For Franklin's?
Barbecue.
Well, at least you didn't have to wait for Frank Ocean.
That was
yeah, but they got Blink. It's cool.
They got.
I'll tell y'all off pod about that whole situation because I got backstage information about it.
Ooh. I can't wait. I want all the tea.
All
the tea.
9. Don't forget to keep recording, but just don't tell him.
I just loved how excited Meg was to be there. She is super excited.
Sure.
I
like
was
Drew's
really,
comment 2 up from there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Hyped up about Gator. Yeah. I was gonna throw that up. We're gonna get to that part. We're gonna get to that part for sure. And let's see here. Because she's just super excited to be there. And
she was so innocent here.
Now when I was like, oh, I thought it was going to be I thought she was what's her I just Googled her and I forgot her name. But it's Jonah Hill's sister.
Oh, Beanie. Kirsten.
Right.
Feinstein.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's his sister?
Larry David.
She was in Booksmart.
There she is. Philistine. Yeah.
So I was like, oh wait, is that Beanie gonna be in this? Because she's funny as hell.
Yeah,
they got it all in the family or whatever. But yeah, it was not Beanie. So scratch that from the record.
All right.
And then I also thought this too. I thought Meg was initially going to be weird, and I thought it was going through going to be kind of like a Swarm episode.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he's going to get into some weird shit.
It turned out to be she was really sweet and just endearing and just a fan.
Yeah, before I turned it on, I didn't think the storm meant a literal storm. I thought it was
I didn't either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they've got
something's gonna happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so far we've barely seen any positive representations of Dave's fans, and this was kind of like refreshing, but like in a negative situation, but like such a positive spirit, I should say.
Yeah, I think positiveness prevailed. You know, I'll say this: I know he did it, but like there was parts of this episode where I was watching and I'm like, did Hiro Murai direct this episode? Because of like the amount of just like tension and like horror and like, you know, like thrill and like it just, I was watching a breakdown of Hiro Murai talking about cute dog.
Wait, sorry, that dog or the grandma's dog?
Oh no!
What do you do with that dog, Bill? This is just too cute. I watched Hiro Murai break down the 10 minutes of the episode, the Teddy Perkins episode, and one of the things he said was, "There's a thin line between horror and humor." And when you learn how to play with that, you can take something that looks like it's going to be scary and flip it on its head, and it becomes humorous. And I was like, that always stuck with me because that's very much what happens in this episode. Like, it's a fun Dave setup, and then like once the storm goes on, once the family gets there, once things get awkward, then it gets like, you're like, oh my god, are they going to make it out alive? Like, yes, but like this got scary quick.
To your point about are they going to make it out alive? They definitely tried to play that up when the family came into the house.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, y'all ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like,
the storm.
Hey, man, is this one of
Deliverance? Yeah.
I mean, the dinner scene.
You got a pretty mouth, boy. Like, what's going on? What family did I run into right just now?
Well, like, I mean, to that, the dinner scene, at first you're getting Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes, but you're also getting like Resident Evil 7 vibes, you know, when he wakes
I
up
don't know
at
how
the
to do
table.
it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Powers out, lights, candlelight.
And they got all the candles going. But then also later on with Monkey Bar, when they're outside and he's getting closer and closer to Dave, going to the pretty mouth. Like at first it's like, oh, he's gonna kill Dave, but then he's like super awkwardly close, and it's like,
it got a little deliverance right there.
Is he gonna kiss Dave?
That was yes. That was yes.
Which, and then using that fine line for humor and horror, they pull it out with just like, man, I think the power went out, and he just and creepy Monkey Bar just goes, yeah, I think it did.
I think so.
Also, Monkey Bars, that sounds racist too.
I also love how
racist.
that scene right there.
Resident Evil 7. Like,
Sure did.
it could have easily turned into that.
And it's first person, so you wake up like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Can I say something about the grandma real quick in this episode?
Yes.
Yeah, she was hot.
I don't know her name. God bless her. I don't know anything about her. But I do know that she was in season 2 of Eastbound and Down, the season where Danny McBride's character Kenny Powers goes down to Mexico. She's the grandmother. So I don't know how she played this white lady. I don't know how she was a white lady in this episode, but it works out.
Man, that family's gonna be pissed when they find out.
So she's been playing weird grandmothers for years.
Yeah, that's what she can be. That's what she can be doing. To Jeff's point right here, this scene right here, when bro had the chainsaw though, took care of me because the Bible. He was quoting the Bible verses and had the chainsaw. Like what?
Like, and he was accurate.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Tell me you're from the South without telling me you're from the South. And then
seriously, I knew I was scared because I was like, wait a minute, why do I know what he's saying? It's so he's like 1 Corinthians 24. I thought I recognized that.
I want to vibe with Brittany here, Bat here. Saying I thought Allie would still be there with the crew, and I was kind of disappointed. Yeah, I feel like Allie would have had like a fun dynamic with this. I do like that we got a lot more perspectives with everybody else though, with Els and Emma and
oh my god, Emma's weird little moment.
Oh yeah,
when she's looking at the plate, she's like, "This used to be my life."
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I used to know all of this shit.
I used to know all this, yeah.
Y'all are way better with your memories than me.
I got it going in the background, brother. It's that I'm living it in real life.
I'm talking about the past episodes. Y'all are way better with it than I am. And have they mentioned before that she was a Christian?
Yes.
I'm not sure about that.
No, so when she freaks out about her driving?
This would basically be like the first time.
Yes, this is about the first time that we've known her to be any sort of semblance of something spiritual or religious or anything.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like,
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. Sorry, I was going off your same thread. Like maybe that's kind of foreshadowing Emma having a little mental break on tour at some point, or just
sort
a little
of arc. Yeah,
just a little weird moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because her serene kind of face when they were praying before dinner, kind of like she went back into that old life for a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's point. Like they definitely putting the table together. That is very Southern tradition. I think we're gonna have supper. You know, they don't have supper.
Every time we have a family, every time we got a family dinner at my mom's, I gotta help. I gotta go get the leaves out of the closet, put them in.
Yep. They're always in the closet.
Always in the closet.
I remember the first time my grandma told me to grab the leaves, and I went outside and I grabbed. And she was like, This was 3 years ago. Like I had no idea what it was called. I was like, why didn't you just say the middle thing? Like she's like, it's called to leave, and I'm like, bro, nobody says that.
The part that makes
you
me
need to
happier
leave
is that you just assumed she meant from a tree. You didn't ask for clarification.
Yeah.
I know what leaves me.
How many leaves would you grab?
I know what leaves mean to me. You know what I mean? Like I know what I see. You know, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. That was a thing. Enough about me. Let's get back to this episode.
So based on the last comment that we had pulled up, do you guys think Els and Emma are hooking up on tour?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
And if so,
maybe intermittently, maybe not because they're all so busy. But
Well,
you don't
also,
really
like,
see
Els
Els
is like borrowing money from Emma.
Yeah.
Is that how he's paying it back?
Sexy. That's not as sexy as you want it to be.
That's why Els was so happy that Gator
Not
had
at all.
2 bitches show up at the same time because like,
Yeah.
I got Els out here paying for everything I'm doing. Like Els. He's slapping.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew. Yes, I'm just trying to be a soldier for my family. That's it. All right. Where else are we doing? Like, okay, the whole Meg thing. Somebody brought it up, right? Like, we've had a lot of crazy fans, and I think it was supposed to let on that she was a crazy fan.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing, she's not a crazy fan. She just has a. I don't want to say crazy family, but it's just that's probably the best way to put it. Like she has a crazy family. She's not crazy.
There's a Mississippi family.
A what now?
Mississippi family.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, not everybody in Mississippi is crazy.
I don't want to say weird. It's just Mississippi family.
Little southern, little too southern for my taste. Yeah.
Let me go ahead and play like the inciting incident for this whole episode too. And I was just like, damn, that was
sad. It was sad. Yeah.
That was brutal as fuck.
Made me angry.
I laughed.
How you doing?
First of all, people in Mississippi are mean. That's
I was like, that is not Southern hospitality.
No.
Some people don't think that I'm an asshole. I thought it was hilarious just because I knew where this episode was going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as that happened, you get hit in the face. Pow! You know this episode is going
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Facts.
And how about Dave not telling them to shut the fuck up or anything? Just sitting there kind of like, oh.
Yeah. Kind of like or whatever.
Well, that's probably what factored into him feeling so bad and inviting her on tour is that he
No,
couldn't.
it's absolutely what. And but I think that adds even more. I thought you were going to go here, Kirsten. I'm going to take that one step up. That probably leads into him defending her in front of her family.
Yeah,
right.
Because
Like,
he didn't step up.
I didn't do it before, but I can do this now. I can play this part. So
she don't want to be saved.
Richard,
yeah, you didn't want to be saved.
She's already saved. She's already saved. We know this, Bill.
Dave's reaction was on brand though. Fuck yeah, it was though.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know what to do in that situation.
Yeah, well, neither does Gator. Like Gator's just standing there like.
Well, I mean, Gator just had to hype man a song called White Guys.
White Guys.
That's
White
true.
Man or some shit like that. I'm like, okay, that's a bit tough to even navigate. Like, I don't even know how I'd navigate that fucking song if I was. I'm going to step off stage real quick because we're in Mississippi and I am not going to be vibing out.
I know exactly how you would have represented yourself on stage during that song. It would have been just like he was standing just there, just.
Yeah. I don't know what else you do. It just.
Well, that's about all you can do at that point. Lots of get out vibes. I'm hearing a lot of get out vibes here in the fans and the comments, right? Million. Was it? How do we? Million.
We struggle with it every single chat.
If you could write a pronunciation, I just don't want to. I just don't want to. I don't want to mess it up.
What is it?
Miller,
Million
can you put that
Yeah,
phonetic?
Brit-
Can you spell
Brit-
that
I
out
mean,
phonetically?
They're both calling out the Get Out vibes. This is super Get Out vibes, right? Like,
Yeah.
Jesus. Don't worry,
Drew's
I
got
let
you.
a little chuckle
Drew's got your back.
too. I laughed a little bit.
what else do we got?
Gator. Just ooh, Gaga.
It's his final form, Gaga.
Gaga.
So, I feel like I should give everyone a heads up. Anyone
Okay.
that comes to my place, if you need to use my my Wi-Fi, it's I live for him. One word.
Oh yeah, that's
You
right.
really
I'm a
are a
big
fan
Dickie
of
fan.
9. Yeah.
You really did settle into Austin really quickly.
Man,
Got
and of
the
course,
Okay.
Dave assuming it was him.
Right.
Right?
When
Which-
Dave says, I'm like your Drake, and I was just like, yeah, well, all right then, Drew. All right, Dave.
So shit, maniacal narcissist. Maniacal.
Seriously, such a narcissist. Can't even believe we debated that last episode. I was like, nah, Dave is a fucking crazy man. He's a villain.
I thought the
But
same
he's-
thing, Nine, because I was like, yo, we were talking about this last episode, but like, no, he is absolutely insane. Like,
He is literally the villain. It's okay.
he's Kenny Powers.
Bat.
I don't know if anybody watched Eastbound and Down, but he is Kenny Powers in this show.
Right, he's Kenny powering the shit out of this. Oh, I love Eastbound and Down. It's like a plum running down my face. If you don't know the reference, you don't know the reference.
The Will Ferrell one?
That was the dog's. That was the dog's internal monologue in this episode.
Oh no! The older
all right.
is the sweeter.
So
Let me
let's
just
do
play
this real
clip.
quick. As we're okay.
I live for him. One word, all caps.
Wow, you are a big fan.
Him is Jesus.
Sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Look how disappointed
Right.
You look so
He's so
disappointed.
He's like, oh, Jesus, huh?
Okay, Drew, I'm with you here. Look inward Wi-Fi joke. Is it all one word or is it all together? The capital?
Yeah, right. My Wi-Fi password used to be all caps, no spaces, but it was all lowercase with spaces. And people used to get so fucking mad.
Hilarious.
People used to get so upset with me because I would only say it once, and I'd be like, yeah. Exactly what I said. Exactly what I
Teaching
said.
people the James Harden.
Yeah, I'm out of here. If you want, I said what I said.
I told you once. That's it.
I literally did think that it was going to be
this right here.
I thought she was going to hand him an Ethernet
Oh,
cable.
yeah. I wasn't sure
Ethernet
either.
cable or like a dial-up system or some shit.
Yeah.
We all had our own assumptions, and even Gator, when he walks in the house, says, "I think she has cancer or something." And I was like,
Is it the full?
"Why would you
Look inward?
look N-word? Is it the full N-word?" Yeah.
Look N-word.
You remember that joke from episode
Enlightened
9,
Dave.
season 2? Yeah, Enlightened Dave.
That's like
Right.
I don't know if you were you guys big Arrested Development fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of the C word. I'll leave when I'm good and ready.
Oh, right.
All right, I think the best way to do this is we start in the house and sort of follow each person's sort of plot line, what they're doing,
Yeah.
right? We have
I agree.
Els, Mike, Emma, we've got Gator and his boo thing. We have Dave and Meg, and then we have Meg's family. So where do we want to start from here? Because there's mischief behind every corner and under every nook and cranny.
Please start with vodka. Can we start with vodka?
Vodka?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's
should
She
start with
just
vodka.
she was trans-Siberian, right?
right.
Yeah.
That's
Not
right.
to be disrespectful.
Not
Or
transsex-
transgender.
not transgender. Yeah.
Trans-Siberian. Very important.
Don't act any of us. Okay, it's trans Siberian.
Trying to see. Trying to get this is probably like the best thing that I think YouTube should allow this. It's just a little bit of crack, but I don't know. Anybody, I was going to say fellas, but also you too, Kirsten. Like, how would you feel if anyone just randomly got your name tattooed on them?
I don't want the person I marry to get my name on them.
Yeah,
Right?
that's so crazy.
I don't want anybody to have my name on them. I mean, I'm sure my name is somewhere on somebody's body out there, not because of me, but because obviously I'm not the only fucking Kirsten in the world. But I still, I just think like, anytime I see that on like a plot line of something where they're like, "Look, I got your name tattooed on me," it instantly icky, instant ick. I don't know if I'd be able to finish fucking them. Honestly, I'd be like, whoa.
I have a perfect response for anyone who has this happen to you, and you don't want it to happen. I have a perfect response. All you have to say is, "You spelled my name wrong."
Almost guaranteed they would spell my name wrong anyway because no one ever spells it right. So
it is an odd
You're a Christian? Christian? I got
hate y'all.
I got Christ.
I knew a girl in college who pulled a Steve-O and got the words "your name" tattooed on her ass.
I know some people with that. Yeah.
No, it was a great ass.
Wicked smile.
I knew a dude with a barcode on his ass cheek.
Can you scan it?
Yeah,
What
it
did it
scans at
stand for?
Walmart. I don't remember what came up for it. It was like soda or something. That off-brand, like
I wish it was
Mr. Pickles soda or some shit. You know,
Great
that
Value or
shit?
something?
Yeah. No, even worse. It was like worse than Great Value.
I thought you were gonna say it was like his album that he put out or something. Like, come on.
No. He was asshole.
It's a certified classic.
All right, but let's
I'm
also
gonna
make
get a QR code tattooed on me that goes straight to 900 yards.
Do it. Do that.
There you go.
And then I just delete the channel.
I want
to just out of spite. I'm like, fuck this.
We're done. Everything.
That's
is
when it becomes 10 nerd yards.
Tattoo? No, fam, I'm out.
Look,
everybody
everybody pronounce your name, bro. Like,
no tattoo.
You didn't even give us the pronunciation yet.
Please
don't
please
get my
spell your name.
face. Don't get
Please,
my
like,
name.
give us your.
Don't get my face. Don't get my name. Don't get anything that alludes to me because it's
How do you spell Drew?
With 2 O's.
No, yeah, no. You tell. I have a friend named Drew. And his name he spells it with a J. So you just be like, oh no,
that's messed up.
So
Yeah,
that
we're wrong.
My name's
We're
spelled
wrong
as a
again.
K.
DROUGH.
Now here's an acceptable time. My face is tattooed on my brother, so I feel
awkward.
like family is. I feel like family is acceptable. Yeah.
Plot twist: her face is actually tattooed on her brother's face. So.
Right.
Well, that is M. Night Shyamalan twist. Yeah, I like that.
That's actually kind of nice though, because it's
people
family.
tattooed on me, but they're all deceased. So
same.
I think that's a good method to follow.
Same.
I don't
For
have
me,
any
it's
people
symbols and
related to
initials. You know,
Mando.
not the full name.
Yeah.
Am I going to regret Mando in a few years? No.
Well,
It's
not Pedro Pascal's face, so you're
true. Yeah. I'm gonna get his face tattooed on my ass.
Anyone else keep wondering?
I'm not kidding. I would never do that. That's so fucking weird.
You know what? You know what, Kirsten?
Wondering how are they going to put Grogu in a helmet with those fucking ears?
Maybe they just stick out.
I like it. I like the stick out.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
A whole nother world.
Back to Gator and vodka.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice where they're hooking up?
Bathroom, yeah.
No, not just in the bathroom, on the little stool that you are in the shower for like old people.
For
like,
grandma's.
This is grandma's chair thing. Yes.
I did notice, but I was like, who in the house would need that, Grandma?
Grandma?
I knew it was coming, and I was just like, I wonder who it's going to be. And I see Grandma, I'm like,
in my life?
it's hers. That's hers.
And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, God.
And you know what? After her with the dog, she needs
show this, not play it, right?
I would, yeah.
I don't think you should do it for long.
It's not
He said moaning. I love how the captain just said moaning.
I feel like that's a safe thing to sit on, though, if you're gonna fucking.
It is, but the fact that they're using it is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm over here thinking of logistics, like that's very smart. Yeah.
Nine, that last comment right there. The last comment. Pull it up.
Shit, I thought it was for her.
Matt just won the comments.
She's so cool.
Oh, we're done. We're done. That's it. Yes.
Should we even talk? Should we just let the comments? Should we just let him just do this and Joe? Like, they're killing it right now.
Right? Yeah. I need to stop. Nothing I say is going to be better than anything they're going to say. So it's great.
Gator is a pro. I mean,
Gator is a pro.
What's
so
up
we
Gator
have
go for it.
I was gonna say, so we have this Gator Vodka. Is that her? Is that her name? Is I'm pronouncing this right? I know it's Trans-Siberian. I don't want to.
You can pronounce it like the drink.
Offend anybody in the Trans-Siberian community, but we have this plot line with Gator Vodka. You know, it's sort of this like you're doing the most. But then we find out why, right? Gator invites his new friend from the Storm Tinder Griselda, whatever her name is, and she comes in like
Griselda Blanco.
She comes in like a Jerry Springer episode. Rest in peace to Jerry. We got to rest in peace to the homie. But she comes in and it turns into a Jerry Springer episode where they're fighting each other. And Dave is like, somebody do some stuff and like break it up.
Prevent it.
Yeah, prevent it.
Is my new phrase for any time somebody's fighting. Prevent it.
I love
to scream that.
Audio, by the way,
VATKA.
He's Gator like alligator. She's vodka like. Well, I mean, yeah.
Like, yeah. And also too, getting into Gator's right here, do it.
I think that's me.
I was like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was looking just like Mike and Els. I was like, hold on, what the fuck? Aren't they in a hurricane?
Well, aren't they in a storm? Like, yeah, they're in a hurricane, and somebody drove to come be with Gator during the hurricane.
They can't leave, but someone drove there and is now there.
Exactly. I was just like, wait, hold on a second.
Right? Yeah. So technically, she could have.
The finest woman I've ever seen in the state of Mississippi. I've been to Mississippi a few times, a lot of times. Baseball camps and all that stuff. Most beautiful woman I've ever seen in the state of Mississippi. So she drove either from like 2 states or she was already like very close because there's no way it makes sense that she was able to get in. And they
blaming
maybe she's following the tour.
I love that Bill's like, fuck Mississippi every 5 minutes. It's some form.
I
can't believe you made it out here with this weather.
We can't either.
Is that vodka?
I thought it was too.
Grandma.
I did too when I was watching it. I was like, oh, she was outside?
I love that you paused it right there because
Graciela.
Grandma's face is like, yo, he just out here with
I
another
want
bitch.
to put this in its entirety.
Her face is like, I know what's about to happen.
Yep.
Oh, Grandma's been there.
Gotta touch up with y'all.
Who is that?
Oh, this Graciela. You know, Cliff, he hella pussy. She got a 4-cylinder SUV. Still came and kick it with me. I'm gonna be outside in the car in the front.
That's my dog Gator, bro. He had 2 bitches pull up in a hurricane.
And they're both, like exactly how Kenya said it. It's like it almost looked like Vodka was fighting her doppelganger. Like they both seem to be like
he had a type. He had a type.
Period. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gator.
Up these
And then where does
chicks in Mississippi, and what's your fetish with? Like, I almost do understand Gator's fetish with the foreign. Like, that does work for Gator. Like,
you almost understand it. That's the funny part here.
I almost understand it. I'm like, I understand that Gator would like pursue those types of women just because he's obsessed with like. Remember when he was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to the specifics." It's like, it's like, bro,
we all going.
You gotta go somewhere. Come on, man.
Before we get really deep into I know we're about to go into the Gator story.
Yeah.
We get really deep. Does anybody else feel like Gator is just like a real pimp? Because like,
yes.
Yeah.
I text women all the time. I don't have these issues. I don't have the
You've got the
success.
gander.
I don't,
Well,
I don't have
you got to go on tour.
I can text 42 women right now, and 0 women are going to show up right now. So I feel like I'm on the road right now too. Like I'm in Joshua Tree. Like ain't nobody from LA, and it's only an hour and a half, like what, 2.5 hours away. Like nobody's going to pop up.
But Bill, have you found Christ though? You gotta. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying, you gotta find Christ, and then you have to go on tour.
Passport,
9 nerd yards. Let me know if you want 9 nerd yards to go on tour.
Drop a comment. You want us to go on tour?
And I gotta say this:
Some of us.
Mississippi.
I got my theory is, I don't know about Vodka, but I think Graciella's following the tour because I don't see any other way someone that hot is able to get there that quick.
Yeah, that's facts.
I think we got to go back here, fellas, that we're all assuming that there's absolutely, are we saying there's no hot people in Mississippi? Like
No. We're just saying they leave.
That's what they are.
No. I'm not saying that there are no hot people. I'm saying that there's no women. I didn't say there were ugly people in this. I said that. I said there were no women who look like that. That look like
yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I'm not saying I've ever seen a shark attack somebody. I'm just saying sharks attack people. I'm not saying that there's no hot people in Mississippi. I'm just saying I've never seen them. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't get out that way very often. They try to bring back lynching laws. I'm not trying to go.
I've never seen hot people in Mississippi and Batman in the same room. I'm just saying.
That's
just saying.
I have a question though pertaining to Gator and Vodka. Where the fuck did she go after the fight? Did she just wander out to the store?
She got that 4-cylinder.
No,
that was Graciela. Where did Vodka go?
Vodka go. Yeah.
Get your random white hurricane bitches right.
They're not white. They're Trans-Siberian.
That's whiter than I am.
What are you saying, Bill?
You got Ben stopping by.
What's up, Ben?
Shout out to
Hey,
Ben.
Ben.
And that's one vote for NNY to go on tour.
So far, we got one.
Yeah.
We got one. Who else?
I think
Who else?
enough. That's enough.
Who else wants to see us
That's
go?
enough.
Bill, what are you
Chicago,
saying?
look out. Austin, look out. LA, look out. Atlanta, look out. Mississippi,
go in the
we're not
same
coming there. We're
places we
never
live.
coming to
We're never going to Mississippi.
Oh yeah, you guys are on
Yeah,
some
we're
bullshit
never
though.
Hell
You guys are
yeah.
on some bullshit. Drop that.
Someone
like
looking
button,
out.
too. Drop that like button. And I do actually want to rush to Gator doing the cameo so I can play our little clip.
Yeah.
Get there.
Let's see here.
Yes.
Where was he at?
Wait, there's only 3 likes. Whichever 2 of us didn't like it, like it.
I'm not gonna like it. What's wrong with
That's
you?
a great one.
All right, this shit is
That
so
would be
funny.
me. Whoops.
Hey Ryan, man, congrats on the submarine license, bro. You know how it is down there, finding Nemo and all that. GD all day. Salute.
It's a good one.
Hey, yo, Alan and Christine, I heard y'all quit that nicotine.
Why do you think Vodka was getting so mad right here? Just because she wasn't getting the attention, or he was kind of just being cold to her?
Yeah, she flat out says, "So do you see me now, motherfucker?"
Right, but at the same time, it's like, damn, we're in a situation right now. We chilling.
Well, so I think then we should talk about what happened between them before this, then, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had interrelations.
No. Mm-hmm. While they're all in the room, she's trying to like kiss up on him and get up on him.
And he is Heisman in her. He does.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Not the time for that. Read the room.
Read the room.
100%.
But he's right though. Read the fucking room.
I completely agree. However, when you pick up a crazy girl on tour during a hurricane, can't be surprised when she acts crazy.
Right.
I love your grammar. However, comma.
But he's doing that, and then let's see here.
Are you about to show the deleted scene from one of his cameos?
The deleted scene from one of his cameos after I just like this.
I'm gonna reign over them. Bring them here, and I shall slaughter them before you. Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
I went like way too far back.
Far, yeah. What is this about?
Jesus. That's what it's about.
Right there, when he said Jesus saved me, and he's that close. That's why I was like, is he gonna kiss him?
Out, dude.
Yeah, it got real deliverance real fast, right? Like,
Real quick.
Yeah.
It got scary.
is Dave gonna be
that,
okay?
like heart is like
physically?
literally just.
I thought you were about to play that Gator. That Gator.
Yeah,
Oh no, I
didn't
went
know.
too far ahead actually.
Come on.
I thought you were about to play
9.
that Gator cameo that y'all have. Like, I thought you were about to.
That deleted scene, yeah.
Damn, Bill.
I heard you got fired on your day off.
Xander. Still like Carver box.
That's what's up, bro. Keep doing your thing.
You see me now, motherfucker. But then the deleted scene.
Yo, major shout out for the homie Unfiltered Bachelor podcast. That's what's up, man. Money Blake Weather. If you could just tell people that you love the show, I'm gonna tell people right now that you fucking awesome, man. What's up, bro? It's Gator.
He did give us a that's what's
Fire. Signed off. Cameo.
I love that deleted scene was absolutely just exactly how the actual scene.
Played out so well.
Played out
That's
so
great.
well. We got the details here. We got the details.
We got the documents.
We got the
No,
documents.
no, we don't.
No,
No,
we
we
don't.
No, we
We don't have
don't.
any fucking documents, Blake.
Oh, make
None.
me do it.
They burned up. Oh, whoops! Look at that.
Documents are very important things.
God damn it.
You have to have as many documents as you can because you never know when people are going to lie about you.
It was the documents of Mar-a-Lago, huh?
Mr. Trump, we got the documents proved that we got the documents. And we got documents to prove the documents of the documents exist. That's what I want us to know. That's it.
Listen
I'm not
to this
doing
man.
it
He's a very smart man. Listen to him.
No. Not tonight. It's too late.
Wrong. He's like, wrong show. Wrong show for this.
My God. Out of respect for
where
Jerry
should we-
Springer, no.
Right. You shouldn't have did that on Jerry's day. You shouldn't have did that.
Not a Jerry's
Should have known better.
How are we doing this now?
I was just gonna get to the Gator
The
sort
game
of
of it all?
arch, yeah, of him, of
Freaking
what
out.
why we are gathered here today, right? And it's sort of the semblance of, and of course I'm going to be attracted to it.
Nah.
But I'm going to be,
That was just
I got to
funny.
be drawn to the point of him basically not cool with being alone, right?
Mhm.
Like he admits it. I'm a sex addict, right? Like I can't be alone. I always have to be with a woman every night of the week. Like the man has trauma. Like again, I talk about this on my other show, but like trauma issues usually start in childhood, and if they're never healed, they come out in like really unhealthy ways.
Yeah.
Not just it's just unhealthy. It's unhealthy, and like his friends are calling it out. Like, bro, you have a problem, and like it's now impacting and putting all of us in jeopardy here. Because like, imagine they're kicked out, or like this family flips and goes even further south, like has guns or like what you don't really know. You don't really know. You're in a stranger's house, and you're putting this already weird predicament into an already weirder place. And I thought it was, again, just one of those telling moments where he's like, my mom is not my mom. The real story behind that is Gator's aunt is his mom, his cousin's his sister. Like she adopted him. His aunt adopted him. Like that's the real story. So I really like that they use real pieces of that in this episode. But addressing this fact of like being alone, like people suffer from this and don't even realize it. Like you talk to your friends, you're like, hey, bro, like, maybe I'm not that. Maybe I'm not good with being alone. Maybe I need to, be alone with my thoughts. But people don't like to be alone. Why? Because like they're just not okay with themselves. They've never healed from those parts of themselves. And so Gator being fully vulnerable. I love it. I love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I really liked because I was like, oh, Gator is. I mean, they're both named Dave, but
yeah,
Gator is really seemed to be feeling something like on this quote here.
Rampant lust leads to emptiness and desperation.
And
You
it cuts
become
to Gator
trapped in a cycle of pleasure, and you start to lose your soul.
Great catch. Great catch.
Such a great line.
Really, really good.
Like,
yeah.
Do you think at that moment Gator's like, man, it's gonna be real awkward when Christina shows up?
A few seconds here. It's about to get real.
At that point, he
here.
probably didn't even remember because he seemed surprised, but also like, oh, duh, I have another bitch rolling through.
All right.
Well, it's gonna be real awkward. Yeah.
I thought at first when the knock on the door came, it was going to be like more clan members or some shit like that. I'm like, here we go.
I was hoping it was the bus driver.
Black people sacrifice. Yeah.
I thought it was Cliff. I thought it's Cliff.
Saying somebody shit on the bus in the rain.
Honestly, I'm gonna divulge something here. I'm gonna give some bit of my stuff to 900 yards here.
Give me
Well,
everything.
I honestly related to this scene. Like, I'm not a sex addict. I don't think I am. No, I'm definitely not a sex addict. But I do experience that loneliness that he's speaking of. Like, I have friends all around me. I'm currently hanging out with a bunch of my friends right now, and you do experience that loneliness. You do, like, you know what I'm saying, regardless of the fact that you're loved and you got a lot of people around you and you are like the life of the party or whatever, you still experience that loneliness. And Gator didn't just go through a trauma when he, you know, growing up. He went through trauma, like he said, his girlfriend broke up with him and had an abortion. Like, that's traumatic to someone who has never had a connection. And then you see a connection, you get a connection, and then it's severed. You know,
very abruptly.
Serious. Yeah.
Right.
You know, that loneliness gets even deeper, which is why I really love the Gator episodes, as we said, like, because Gator, his story is very, very much so Southern African American story. Like,
it's very tangential. Like, it's very palpable.
Yeah,
very palpable. Not even just Southern African American. I guess I could say African American, you know, middle class or poor African American story, because a lot of us live with our grandparents. A lot of us grow up living with your mom in her mama's house, you know what I'm saying? And, or auntie's house, or your auntie live with you, or your cousin live with you. Something is always going on. And it's hard to talk and be serious with this dog in my lap. But
I was gonna say I'm paying attention, but the dog every time I'm like,
she see my hands moving, she's like, oh.
But yeah. I mean, I think a bigger problem that also like Blake was trying to point out too with that is that, like, if it is like that, and then without, like, so many years without, like, having a place to process that information, and it's going to lead to exactly what Gate is going through and what he's willing to put himself through for, and just to get through that loneliness.
Exactly. Yeah. And, like, to touch on your point, Bill, like, and I say this to everybody that's like my friends, I say this on my podcast, the events of relationships as you're growing up, right? Girlfriends, whatever, those things are not the onset reasons that you have trauma in the first place, right? Like, those are traumatic events, but life and your trauma is very much like a minefield. And those mines are all attached to beginning trauma from a child, bro. Like, maybe whatever happened with his girlfriend and whatever, like, that's a big thing, but he probably would have handled it better had he not had abandonment issues from his parents, right? Had he would have been accepted or felt acceptance. And the way to move past that is, and exactly like the mom was praying for him, is like, once you love yourself, and I went through this, right? I go to therapy, right? And processing the fact that I had a friend tell me, just because you're alone doesn't mean you need to feel lonely. And when I heard that, and when I processed that, and I felt that in a new way, many months later, I really, like, I heard it and I was like, but what does that even mean? Like, when you're alone, you are alone. But, like, when I processed that and I got more healthier, like emotionally and mentally, it's absolutely true. Just because I'm by myself doesn't like I'm by myself a lot. I live by myself, and rarely, if ever, do I feel lonely. Actually, I used to feel lonely though all the time. It's a whole healing process that didn't happen overnight. It won't happen overnight with Gator, but a lot of it needs to come from like it's that core wound of like abandonment when he was a kid.
And if you want to hear more, there's the Unfiltered Bachelors podcast. We just filmed a fantastic episode with who is it?
Crystal Morris.
Crystal Morris, yeah.
Psychedelic healing, yeah.
Is that out?
Yeah, it's just dropped.
I lobbed that up for you. Like I threw it up here.
Caught it.
And I'm going to just go ahead and steal. I'm just going to go ahead and steal that because I think another point that we often forget is. So, I remember when I was a kid and someone said there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. And you can be alone without feeling lonely. But I think something that we don't often recognize is that you can also be not alone. You can be surrounded by others, but you can still feel lonely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Completely, yeah.
Man, this is such a powerful scene though right here.
We're about to feel the feels.
Play the lead up first.
Let's all cry.
I was gonna play
and go.
Let's go.
I put you on my skin.
Just be.
You
Come on.
Whoop!
Are you fucking kidding me?
I love the use of the storm in this scene too.
Yeah.
You're ready to get kicked off of YouTube eventually.
Eventually, yeah. Still working to get that Mandalorian video approved, and it's fucking
real random. But who else loves Gator's sweater?
I love all of Gator's swag.
It's like when you got cassette tapes.
Cassettes?
Yeah, it's cassette tapes lined up.
Yeah, it's fucking slick.
Yeah, I gotta find out what swap he goes through.
Fucking hell, Mark. You're a sex addict. Get your shit together. You know what? I am, bro. What you want me to say? You don't think I know that about myself already? You know how crazy in the head I am? I gotta text a bitch every night just because I can't stand being alone. You know how bad that feels?
That storm
in the
effect,
back.
Yo, like that is so good.
That shit is.
They're using that to fantastic effect.
Phenomenal episode.
Let's see here.
Shout out to the sound design of this episode.
I do want to say people stop commenting. Everybody's in their feels about all of this. Damn,
People
bro.
share,
Make it real.
Yeah. That first hour is about the jokes.
I came to laugh. We got you in with the laughs, and then we just
and now we got you.
That's how we do it.
Now that you're here, let's talk about your childhood.
Motherfuckers on the computer like. This shit just got too goddamn.
Yeah, everyone just canceled their sneaky links. Like, never mind. I'm good tonight, man. I'll let you.
You want to know? You want to know the last time that I was with a girl, committed to her? She left me and had an abortion. You know what that shit did to me? Broke my fucking heart.
This is one I was like, okay, so this mom is actually the truth, though.
Yeah,
this mom is actually
she's really nice. Like she came through. Yeah,
she's coming.
So glad you brought up her because she had an amazing performance. Very small role, very few lines, but she rocked her scene.
Yes.
Well, and it's interesting because throughout the episode you're worrying like, oh man, they're going to be the fanatically religious people who are taking it too far and are being evil with it. But instead, it's what she's being what a Christian is supposed to be. Yeah. She's actually sitting there and she's feeling for him and she's being there with him in the moment and trying to tell him like, hey, if I know it's hard now, but one, get your pain out, and two, there are ways for it to get better.
Yeah.
And it was actually really beautiful to see. They really turned it on its head like that.
Yeah.
And
great. I thought for sure, like after that, before she sat down with Gator, that they would get kicked out. They'd be like, "Get out, you fucking heathens!" Blah blah blah. But they stayed the night after that and left in the morning on good terms, and everybody was friendly and have a good
100%.
time and drive safe.
Yeah,
I want to point
that
out
was cool.
that that's why I didn't get mad at how they depicted the South, because that, to Dave's point in the episode, he's like, these are the reasons we don't get along in America is, like we need to do things to understand each other. That's actually what happened in this episode. We don't take the time to really truly understand each other. I mean, majority of people, even as extremely religious as they can be, majority of them are like we saw in this episode. Yes, they're extremely religious, but like they said it when they were setting up the table, you don't have to share our values to share our table. And that is a very Southern rhetoric.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's not just Southern either. I mean, it's true Christian.
Christian.
Like
That's,
at its core.
I should have said that.
Yeah, like you could be Northern. You can live wherever you want to, but like I'm Christian. Like this is how. Like it's so. There's a lot of misrepresentation as there is with any whatever religion, but like this is true. Like how you should be.
I know you saw that, Jeff.
I love that so much. And the hat comes in handy again.
The first time you wiped it off, it just got blurrier. I was like, how did that happen?
So sorry to laugh at that,
Blake. Blake was giving a good, real serious moment. I'm sorry I had to come in here and wipe my screen off.
Wipe me down. I just felt like you wiped me down. And you know what? That's spreading love. So I felt great. And we ain't talking about boxing. We talking about the good kind of laying hands. But yeah, that whole scene, like not just Gator getting everything out, but also the mom being just a very supportive and like coming from a religious standpoint. I think being Christian is one of those things it's easy to make fun of, but like when you see like you're like, oh, this is like the good side of like how it is in practice. It's like loving. You don't need somebody to like be like, hey, I believe what you believe. It's just like, I just want to love on you. You're my neighbor. You're a person. And like, that's truly how we should treat anybody anyways, so.
Agreed.
Yeah. I like what King said right there.
I love that they had, I had put this up, but I love that they all had preconceived notions about the family, but they never judged them.
Right.
It does feel, well, I guess like, you're saying that the family never judged the group, right? Yeah.
That's how I read that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they were surprisingly calm with how crazy this group of people are.
We're just gonna deal with that shit. That's good.
Well, it's because like Mike said, like we're up here being lazy liberals, like they expect us to be, and
libtards.
But
excuse me, we don't say tards anymore.
Oh yeah, I didn't say libtards.
No, you didn't, but someone did.
Right, yeah.
I call myself a libtard like all the time. I'm a radical libtard, I guess.
That's how Christians really do things. Southern
Absolutely.
people I can speak for. They really do think, hey man, we don't want to be the ones who are like the weird Christians who freak everybody out. Like you know, like let's bring them in and let's sit down. Like we can all understand each other. You might believe in something that you might feel like someone else might believe in something that you don't understand or think is logical, but that don't matter. Like people think the person's like y'all still like Kyrie Irving, so like it should be okay.
Acceptance. That's the message of this episode. Is acceptance.
Exactly. It really is.
And yeah, I just want to play this scene. Right here.
Okay.
He wants you to love yourself just as much as he loves you. He will never abandon you.
Why wouldn't he? Everybody else did already.
Strong shit right there. Like, I mean, if more Christians presented themselves like in the media or whatever that way, I mean, that would be fantastic.
Well,
But
the problem with that is
we got this culture war going on, and I think like the most radicalized or like the biggest proponents of like this, Christian love being really hate is kind of like being put out there the most.
I mean, part of that problem is a big part of being a Christian is being humble. So shockingly, the loudest ones, the ones who aren't being humble, are the ones who are perverting the message.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Big ups to that right there.
Shout out to
play a
January
little bit more of that.
I never knew my mom. Never knew my dad. How somebody gonna tell me what to do?
Gator, what do you mean you don't know your mom? I've met your mom.
Nobody met my real mom.
See, this episode is so good because they're like leaning us in because like right when he said that, I was like, wait, hold on. So who's his mom then? Because we have seen his mom.
But they played that. They played in the Atlanta episode where he said, "No, that's not my sister.
That's not my sister.
My sister is."
Well, I think that was like more of like a colloquial like type of sense, like more of a.
I took it literal.
Time it felt that way at the time. It felt colloquial at the time,
right?
But now we know it's actually
kind of a retcon.
I took it literal just because I know I've heard Gator doing podcasts, and I know his backstory, and I know how much they draw the actual influence of his real life into into the show. So like I take everything as like I know what's going on outside of what's going on in the show. The show's catching up with me. I'm not catching up with the show.
Blake's actually writing the next 2 episodes.
It's gonna be great.
Blake's living in the future with producer T.
With Sarah.
He's on a lonely train to Tokyo right now.
Because I've never seen a show.
Sounds like a rap album.
I've never seen a show take sub characters and put this much of not even about their real life, but just put so much into that character. And it's so unique that they're putting their, his real life in it. And he's a character that really could just exist as the hype man. He could just be comic relief. He could just be around. He could just be a dude. But he is actually being used as a vehicle to tell a story. And we're not just telling his story. Not just telling Dave's story within the Gator realm, or rather the Gator story within the Dave realm. We're telling a Gator story. We're telling right. We get episodes and moments where we get more development from characters who otherwise really in other shows wouldn't be consequential to anything going on.
It's top notch. It's top notch writing for sure. It's top notch writing for sure. Let me see if I can continue
100%.
this.
She left me, man. She chose drugs, man. Like, what y'all want me to say? Like, why should I trust a woman? Why should I love a woman? My mom didn't love me my whole life. How y'all gonna tell me something to make me feel bad? Make me want to change? Like, I was raised by Michael Jordan, man. Like,
touching.
Bro, I felt that line. I was raised.
Stop it. Get some help.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I just wanted to break the tension just a little bit.
Break the tension. That was perfect.
Simpsons, dog. Shit like that, bro. You know how that feel, dog?
You are God's son. Can we pray for you?
Yeah, man.
That right there.
Gotcha.
That line right there, like I've offered to do that for people like that don't go to like they don't need to go to church. They don't need to believe what you believe, but like if people when people open up like that, just let you do that. Like it's a beautiful feeling, especially if like people are going through pain or going through whatever it is they're going through. I thought it was just like for me again as a lover of the show, as a Christian, like seeing that in action and like seeing the beauty of it and how they portray it. I just thought it was phenomenal.
How do you think the Jews felt?
Well, I mean, they're Christians, right?
They're Christians
in the sense that you get it, right? Yeah, he was a Jew too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right there. Yep. It's great that we see Dave just being there for his friends while they were praying. Exactly. I like how like Dave just kind of slowly just sits down with them.
Yeah.
We
doesn't
got
try and we
got a little Trinity going right there.
Well, and Dave does something he rarely does. He doesn't try and make it about himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything. Yeah.
He empathizes with Gator.
Exactly. I was with Kirsten. have y'all noticed that he only does that with Gator?
Basically.
He's got a real soft spot for Gator that he doesn't have for his other friends that he's known far longer.
Right.
Yeah.
He
And
breaks
maybe-
that, like he'll stop everything.
Yeah, and maybe that's because he hasn't known Gator as long. I don't know. I kind of feel like, not to depart from the show too much, but it kind of factors into the dynamic of these characters. When you know certain people for so long, and especially if they're filled with a lot of bullshit, you're so used to their bullshit and they're so used to your bullshit that you stop empathizing with those people.
Yeah.
And so new people, and unless you really force yourself to continue to be that kind of individual that wants to understand the people around you, I think a lot of people lose that over time where they're just kind of like, oh, they're fine. They've been through this before. I know their shit. Nothing they go through now is going to be any worse than that. And it's like, well, that's not necessarily true. So maybe, I feel like, I kind of hope that we see the rest of the season, Dave sort of begin to check in on the rest of his friends too. Because I think Mike's going through some shit because he's gotten really mean this season.
Oh, yeah.
In particular to
What about Els?
everyone. Els
Yeah,
is
Els
just
going through
Els,
something.
yeah. But he's going through something too with his money troubles. But yeah, I think that we're starting to see these characters. And then even Emma, the way she kind of leaned into, this old religious fervor she probably came from before. And then you can see her kind of pull back, but kind of lean in. And it's very subtle. But if you watch each of these characters deal with this family on an individual level throughout this episode, they all kind of have it hit in different ways. And for Mike, it's aggression. For Emma, it's a loss of family, maybe, or family connection, really, because she's not as, ingrained with them or their religion anymore. For Els, it's, he wants that Gator lifestyle, but then he sees it flip on its head real quick, and he's like, oh, shit. His life sucks, too,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good shit. Good
Yeah.
I like
shit
it.
right there.
Are we
So how long
sort of-
before you're just done with our shit?
Yeah.
Never. I'm one of those weird people where I continue to always make sure everyone else around me, to the detriment of myself, is fine. Like, I don't want anybody to
How
ever
about $50?
feel. You could, yeah. I would give you $50.
Can I also borrow $50?
Listen, I'm gonna need a lot more actually.
All right, everyone in the chat, people in the chat, if you need $50, just like here's the note.
If you were really, really hurting, I would be like, oh shit, okay, so Blake and 9 and Jeff need $50. What do you need, Bill? I got you and the dog. Alex too. Like, I'm not.
I don't need it, but I don't want to feel left out.
$50 for both of us. So it's 100. That's 100.
Let's go.
Kenya.
Hey,
You getting some money. You getting some money. Everybody getting some money.
like I said, Els is giving golden retriever. We've seen Els be a dick, but now he seems so subdued, and it's definitely the money troubles. I feel. Yeah,
I agree.
Absolutely.
That'll humble you fast.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Ben hop back in just to say, I'll take 50.
Ben, you know what, Ben? We need to talk, my nigga. So we already know the lowdown, bro.
Nobody's getting $50. You guys already know I'm such a sucker. Yes, 9. We know that I'm a
So
sucker.
are we getting 50 or not? What's going on? Damn it!
No.
Let
Ooh,
me.
but we are getting merch soon, everybody. Speaking of money, so save that $50.
We got some drippy merch coming too. Like
Hell
some
yeah!
It's
crazy
almost
shit.
as drippy as this hat.
It's gonna be a little drippy.
That hat, that's round 2 of merch. Bill's field testing hats for us right now.
The latest product. Yeah.
I still vote.
It's actually kind of like 9 Nerd Yard colors. Kind of.
They're not mad at it.
I don't know. You can't see it in this light. It's terrible.
I still vote that we get bucket hats. Drop in the comments if you want bucket hats, because 9 thinks now.
Everybody, vote with your wallets. Let's do it.
It's a hat. I'll wear it, but I don't know if everyone else will too.
That's a vote from Bill. That's a vote from Jeff. Blake,
Hey, I
Buckethead.
will be whatever. I will be a model for whatever merch y'all need me to be a model for. You know.
By the way, you guys know Gator models clothing?
He does.
Does he really?
Yeah. I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, Philip DeFranco, and he was doing one of his new merch drops, and fucking Gator's on the screen. I'm like, what the fuck? It was awesome.
Brittany, I think I can. I think we can get you something. Whenever the merch line drops, just remind us. I think I'll be able to get you something.
We'll get you some stickers. It'll be great.
Yeah.
We already got you, Kenya, something.
Yeah, we have new
We already
stickers
got you,
coming.
Kenya, something. Ben, you're already getting a lot from us, my guy. So you gotta show.
Yeah, you're getting merch. You gotta wear it. You gotta wear it everywhere, Ben. You have to wear the merch when we get it.
Now let's see here. But yeah, after this whole conundrum here, they weathered the storm, and I'm kind of like now seeing like all of like the biblical implications of like the storm, and then like all of the Dave just walking out, and it's just kind of like everyone's just kind of like fixing themselves up or whatever. But then he has this conversation with Meg, and I really like this part right here.
Yeah, that was cute.
You're just trying to help, but I don't need you to save me, Dave. I'm already saved.
Sure. I'm not religious, so it's like hard for me to like fully, but here's what I'll tell you is.
I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I just really like how, because like Meg just is like so comfortable with herself, right? And
yeah,
it kind of like dispelled all of those like, oh, is she a crazy fan? Is she going to have like 1,000 concrete bus of his head
Right.
to chuck into the garbage? But
Instead of bus of it.
I forgot about the concrete bust. That shit was so stupid.
He just threw it in the trash can too.
No. He just tried to.
What would you do with it? Would you keep a concrete bust of your head?
I would bring it on the bus to fuck with everyone else.
Yeah.
I'll be walking.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out Ben. Whoop,
Shout out
whoop.
Ben.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah,
here.
let's start to round this out. Though this
Only when I
episode's getting a
started
bit
doing like exactly what I love to do in life.
It's a
Did I
long
feel
one,
any semblance of spirit? And my parents were like so anti. They had a whole intervention saying, "Don't do this, Dave." Pretty much everybody in my whole life was kind of making assumptions about me and why I shouldn't go for it.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm really happy to listen to him.
That's
awesome.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
That was good. That's good. Like, I'm not even going to play clips anymore. I'm just going to
let Bill do his interpretation of what Dave looks like.
All the interpretations.
But I like the idea of still having the original voices.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes,
The idea, like Dave Bird's voice coming out while Bill's acting, it just makes me very happy.
Look for that on the reels on Instagram. Look for that on the reels on Instagram. Drunk Banthas. I might be doing that. I might
Dave
have to
does
start.
Bill does pantomime. I'm all for it. Yeah. But yeah, let's start to like round this out. Last few minutes here. What were you saying, Richard?
So I got one last point to make of this episode, and I don't know if we can pull up any more of it, but when Dave is talking with Meg,
don't tell that to 9. He'll do it.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but so she's wearing that sweater, but underneath she's already wearing the onesie from the end of it. It wasn't even that conversation that got her to decide to do this. It was Dave's messages the night before.
Yeah, she was anticipating.
So I don't know if it was what Dave said at the table the night before or the voice memos he sent her, but she was already
see her
planning on
pants?
it.
Like you could see her,
Yeah,
see her pants.
Yeah, you can. And the big sweater that she used to cover up her Dave t-shirt earlier in the the previous day.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Richard, that was a good catch, Richard. That was Richard.
No. Richard, it's Michael. Remember, Richard's dead.
Yeah, Richard's dead.
Oh no, she's confused. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's the way that Mike would look up to, like, what? Oh, no. You're confused. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Richard's dead.
Keisha, that's Keisha, right? I'm not pronouncing that.
Yeah, it's Keisha.
Shout out to Keisha because that shit was amazing. Yes, that scene right there.
The brother says he likes the song.
I listened to some of your music. I don't normally like rap, but I loved your shit.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just fucking cool to hear someone who's proud to be white.
Roll Tide.
Like that song, White Guy. Song slash, dude.
I love how it's interactions like this are the first time Dave realizes things like, yeah, might get taken a different way, Dave.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I
You
think the
can't
song
fix
is
that. Like,
a clear reference to the real life song White Crimes. He doesn't have a song called White Guy, but he's got a song called White Crimes.
Yeah.
And it's all about white crimes. So
yeah, it's
all of them.
It's an interesting song.
It's a great song. It's a funny
Yeah,
song.
it's great. But it's probably taken the wrong way by a few people out
thanks,
there.
Brandon.
And I'm sure he's aware of that,
Absolutely.
and that's why he put that in there.
100%.
Absolutely.
Pat, you're definitely right. These dudes are absolutely extremely observant. They are extremely observant. Shout out to them.
The rest of them are so observant, we got to start being observant to fucking compete. Now it's just trying to one up each other.
Literally what it's turned into.
Who knows the
It used to
most?
be- I used to have fun, and now I get no sleep because I'm watching the episodes so much. So you know what? Like, Jeff, why don't you pull up the IMDb score for this episode so we can all vote it every
Alright.
round this episode out?
I got it up. Let me, if it helps, there are 68 votes. So
okay.
Let me know what you guys think.
My favorite part of the episode, by the way. The show. My favorite part of doing the show. This is low key my favorite part.
Put your guesses in. I'll go first. I'll say that this one is a 9 for me personally.
A 9 from 9. Ooh.
9 for 9. Yeah.
Shock.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah. Wait, who's going? Is it me?
You.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Okay. Well, 9 pointed at me, but I wasn't sure if he's pointing the wrong direction because we never get that.
I was pointing to the score that I gave it right here.
Oh. Well, I'll go anyway.
Just
I agree with you, 9. I think it's up there. I think it's a 9, if not maybe even like an 8.5 to a 9. But I think it's a 9. I'm going with a 9. It's a 9. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 8.8.
Oh.
I'm gonna go
Just
8.8.
to be different.
I'm going 8.7. Price is right.
All right. One of you has it right, and it's Blake.
What?
But that being said,
Wait, dead on?
dead on 8-8.
Oh, you bastard.
But that being said, before we started the episode, it was an 8-7. And at one point during this episode, it was an 8-9.
Oh, man.
So
Yeah.
did we
The
help
votes are
Amp
coming
kill it?
in.
I feel like Blake went on IMDb right before this, and he just clicked.
He's
And
just
he-
like, just gonna push
Give
the
it a
score
flex.
down.
Just get it down one. Yeah.
Even this shit out.
I need a
He knew.
Put it straight up one.
You
Did
know
the
who it
math really
was?
quick.
It was actually Terry.
Producer T in the future, fucking with it.
Producer T was the one that took it down from an 8.9.
They took it down from an 8.9. Yeah.
He's in the future,
Oh,
so
hey.
he knows what we were going to say before we say it.
And
We got
just
the
so,
documents to prove it.
and just so everyone knows, the highest so far this season is an 8.9.
Oh.
It is, yeah.
In this episode, or is it? There's 2 episodes.
There were
No,
two.
it's the
There was
previous one, yeah.
earlier. There were 3 episodes.
Mm.
Now there's 2. Wisconsin and Highland Ave are currently 8.9s.
Wisconsin
Okay.
was good though.
Wisconsin was
good.
great.
Yeah, solid.
Shout out to the Highland
I
Park
think the
Bowl.
Atlanta
Also
episode is still my
apparently in
favorite.
Wisconsin, even though it was filmed in LA.
Hey, fooling
Can't let
all
that
y'all.
go.
Oh, excuse me, I was wrong. I'm a liar who lies.
Mm.
Stop it.
Richard.
Harrison Ave and Hearsay, and they were 8.7s. So right now, this is the highest rated episode.
Oh.
Mm.
I'm
That's
going,
my
I'm going on right now. Give me
Okay,
that.
because Hearsay is awesome.
Wait, how many episodes do we have left this season?
5. We're
5
halfway
more,
through.
so we're at
Yeah.
okay, cool. Wow, shit, I like
If
it.
they continue this run, of
Oh,
like how
it's
they're
gonna
going,
This
this
is
is going
great.
to be
This is a great season.
Crazy. It's gonna be a pretty crazy season of television.
And we got we got the titles for the next 2 episodes. Do you guys want them, or you want to?
Yeah, I do. No, I want them so I can do my promos. So
number 6, hashtag RIP Lil Dicky.
What the fuck? Okay.
Number 7, Rebirth Day.
Rebirth Day.
Oh,
interesting. Okay, so because one thing I was like considering, and I thought it was kind of like a little diss, because the one episode that they were in Atlanta, they didn't keep to the name scheming of like being a place.
Yeah,
right.
Dave in Atlanta. Yeah,
Dave in Atlanta. I was like, you cowards should have just named it Atlanta, you fuckers. Name it Atlanta. At least go with Georgia.
They don't want those problems. Jesus, leave them alone.
You know, like the week before, we would have had a mind break if it was just like Dave, episode 3, Atlanta. We would have been flipping out.
You'd have had a stroke, 9. You didn't.
I would have
just 9 just stops moving and slowly has a nosebleed.
I need to edit.
Jeff just completely forgets who he is. It's just no name, just a question mark.
About the Manchurian candidate.
We didn't even talk about that dog. We can let that slide.
I don't.
I already talked about it enough. I feel like.
You really got the reference.
We're all scarred. And if you want to be scarred with us,
my mind, and I hate that I have to go to sleep with that.
I will say one thing about that dog. Let me know about that scene. She was like rubbing the dog's head. Like I was like, "Yo."
Yeah, that's not a first time.
Yeah, this happens like every night. This happens like right after Jeopardy and shit. Like
on repeat.
Well, like when she wandered out, not to beat a dead horse because I know we're wrapping up, but I could see that she had no shirt on, but I wasn't sure that she didn't have underwear on because of the way she like sat down and like.
Now you are.
Yeah.
Very much aware very soon, but like.
The more you know.
Oh my god.
Only is half the battle.
Just
G.I. Joe. Oh fuck yeah,
Dave did tweet out that including this episode, he said the next 2 episodes of the season are going to be the best of the series. Now, I'm not sure if this one is necessarily my favorite of the series. It's definitely up there, but you know, we definitely have some heat coming for next episode too. So you guys got to stay tuned for that.
Nice.
Real quick before we end, I just want a real quick question about the Holocaust bit. When Dave is just like going on and on and on about the Holocaust, he's like, no, we've suffered atrocities the same as white people because we had the Holocaust and y'all had slavery, but slavery wasn't as bad because y'all were like creating a profit.
I don't think that was.
That's what I was like. Wow, that was pretty hard to listen to.
Justification for it,
yeah. I was like, Jesus Christ.
He was black.
It was cringy. Y'all saying it was cringy for y'all. I love that they go there in those scenes, though. I love that they go there in these moments because that's what comedy is for any aspiring comedian watching right now. That is what comedy is. Push it to the limit, make people uncomfortable, make the uncomfortable funny.
Mm-hmm. Do a lot of slavery Jew humor, and you'll get big quick. Speaking of slavery Jew humor, Bill, where can people find you to hear all about what's going on?
It was a weird segue.
That's a weird link here.
That was
a weird.
You know what?
No, Bill got it. Bill got it. Bill loved it too.
I'm gonna quarter you guys off.
Give me right in the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you where y'all can find the Drunk Banthas. You can find us on the Drunk Banthas channel, just on the other side of this channel. Just go right over to your search. drunkbanthas.com on everything, or YouTube and all that stuff. Instagram. I really want people to go to the Instagram because we really do some good stuff on there. Drunk Banthas on everything. If you want to see nerd news, just like you get on this channel, and you want to get updated or reviews, come see us, man. It's funny, and we be drunk.
There it is.
Also, everybody hop on that 5 more subscribers before they're at 800. Go do it. Go help these folks out.
Yeah, you got to get these guys to 1,000.
We got to get them 1K.
1,000.
Journey to 1K.
Subscribers. Everybody's getting it.
They're getting there.
Everybody's getting a t-shirt. 1,000 subscribers.
No subscribers. I actually do want a Drunk Panthers t-shirt.
I do want a t-shirt. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, dude, that tank looked awesome.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Trying to get y'all hoodies, by the way. Trying to get y'all hoodies.
Yeah, hell yeah. We'll wear those.
Oh,
We'll
dang.
slide
That's
you one
awesome,
of ours,
man.
too.
That's right.
Drunk Panthers out there.
Everybody go follow Drunk Banthas. They just do a lot of the Lord's work, and it's great. Speaking of doing the Lord's work, Kirsten, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Kirsten_Cobb. And you can also find me on Twitter, Kirsten Cobb1, Facebook, Kirsten Cobb. It's all pretty much my name. I figured I'd be famous one day, so I might as well use just my name. No, I'm kidding. It was just easier.
and she's humble, y'all. And she's humble. That's right.
I love your shirt, by the way, Kirsten. I love your shirt.
Oh, thank you. Right?
Nice.
Always. I probably have, last count, 174 Star Wars t-shirts.
Oh my gosh.
Why so few?
Don't look at me like that, Blake. Damn.
I don't even think I own 175 shirts.
I'm trying to think about that too. Yeah.
I collect them, okay? And I fold them really tiny and I store them. I don't wear them all the time.
For
hydraulic press.
By the way, turns out
categorized.
Turns out the listeners pulled through. Drunk Banthas is now at 175.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey!
Sorry.
All right, let me go unsubscribe real quick. this guy's getting too big.
Producer T in the future is bringing him down.
Put him in his place.
You listen here now.
Get us too big to fail.
Speaking of unsubscribe, Richard, where can people unsubscribe to you or subscribe to you?
Well, the best way is probably trying to Skype with me at Don Cheadle's driveway at littledickie2.com. It's because of the hackers.
Yeah.
You can try and find me on Facebook, Jeff Madel. You can try and find me on Instagram at MadelJeff. Or if you're in Austin, you can try and find me just wandering around trying to figure out why everyone calls me Richard.
Richard?
It's because of his penis.
He's dead.
That's great. Oh. 9, where can people find you if they want to reach out to you for all things going on in the nation of nerd?
Right here, my dear boy.
That's slam.
Yeah.
My ears.
Yeah, on YouTube, 9 Nerd Yards, you already know. But also we have the Discord going. We got 300 people in the Discord, chit-chatting, chopping it up. We got a little Dave section right there. So if you want to drop that all down. I noticed that a lot of you may be coming from Reddit. Yeah, please join the Discord too. I'll be lurking that Reddit, so don't post anything too scandalous or Papa Nine's gonna get you. And hit us up on the TikTok, Twitter. I'm pretty active on that, and my Patreon is usually $1, but right now if you sign up, you're not going to get charged until like July. So go
and then it'll be
unsigning and now re-signing.
Right, I'm about to unsubscribe and resubscribe.
If you previously paid the $1, what fucking difference does it make?
The month is almost over. We could get a couple free ones.
Anyway, Money Blakeweather, where can we find you?
Ooh, I'm not doing anything scandy like 9 on Discord, but you can find me, Money Blakeweather, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. And if you want to hear me talk about trauma, you want to hear me talk about relationships, healing, you can follow my podcast, Unfiltered Bachelor. Just dropped an episode Monday with Crystal Morris, all about healing with psychedelics and what that process and journey is like. I don't know it, but she'll walk you through it because she coaches people through it herself. So you can find the podcast anywhere you can find podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere podcasts are. That's where the show is. I seriously, I want to thank everybody who tuned. Everybody came out in droves tonight for the comments. Nine's giving you mind hugs right now, but let's just shout them out.
They're warm.
Drew, Brittany.
Don't let it get too hot.
Other Brittany, Million Gnu. I don't know if we're saying that right, so you didn't tell us if we
you
are.
never spelled it.
Ben,
Kenya.
Keisha, Film Age, everybody who commented, everybody who liked, everybody who just interacted with us. We always appreciate you. Keep following Dave. We're still working. Yeah, Producer T is out there somewhere.
First comment.
If you found him, if you find him out there, please let us know where he's at because he's still missing. So also too, we're still figuring out what next show we will do in place of Mandalorian. But until then, keep following us on Dave. We'll be back next Thursday for episode 6. We do appreciate everybody tuning in right now live or morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Richard.